were just hearing some of the Goldman initiatives saying they won't actually really continue or do new business with boards that don't put diversity at the forefront. A lot of people are talking about these kind of issues, but are they really, really making a difference?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm going to give you a statistic. 90% of our companies, our brands, say they are passionate about diversity and inclusion, yet only 4% consider disability. Now, to me, that's an inclusion delusion. So to answer your question, what really is true corporate inclusion? The Valuable 500 was launched here last year at a historic main stage panel, which Peter Grauer was one of our CEOs and leaders. Yep. And that was this iconic mission to get 500 of the world's most influential brands and their leaders, CEOs, to sign to put disability on their leadership agenda, make a commitment to action. There's no tick boxing here. Can I just say we've just come back and we announced on our press conference, which Peter was also part of, 242 companies, and that represents $4 trillion in revenue, over 10 million employees, with some of the world's biggest brands, and we are holding them to account. So it is not tick boxing. This is action, this collective action. So the cynics, and I'm open to the challenge, but how we know we're going to do this and we can hold the feet to the fire is media. And these employees, these 10 million employees, are going to hold their companies accountable.
Sure, and the math out there is real. We've got mathematics on how we die, and we know that disability premiums are so much higher because obviously there's a lot of disability out there. What's the immediacy of this? It's a wonderful idea, 500 companies, Sir Richard Branson, Bloomberg on board this project, but it would seem to me company to company, big, medium, and small, every company's touched by this, aren't they?
Thank you.
Did I do okay there?
No, you did brilliant, because 1.3 billion people in the world have a lived experience of disability. 80% of it is acquired in the working lifetime, but every one of us is going to touch it.
I want to be selfish here.
Be selfish, because come on.
With the Bloomberg terminal worldwide, it's a hugely tactile thing, and we're working with Carnegie Mellon folks of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on how do we bring disabled people into using the machine, which is completely selfish as well.
No, it's not selfish. It's not selfish. This is a business sense. Okay, we're talking about, it's not just about employment. When we talk about the disability inclusion, it's across the supply chain. It's about your customers. It's about your suppliers. It's about your talent, next generation, and talented people with disabilities. This is a demographic that's growing as the aging population. Can I also just say, you're absolutely right. You do want to have differentiation with your consumers. So universal design, make it accessible. This is an opportunity for growth and innovation for business.
But Caroline, how do you hold leaders to account?
You do. You do. I'll tell you what, because
but we don't have the figures.
No,
There's no transparency about this.
No, there is transparency. The Valuable 500 is the commitment of the leader is on our website. The 10 million employees currently to whom those companies employ will hold them to account. And you, the media, will hold them to account. And by the way, this is a first community of its kind. That honourable commitment, they will hold each other to account.
The stereotype of this that we're battling against from another time and place is disability must mean that person's inferior, that person's dumb. Have we really gotten beyond that? I mean, I remember that from my childhood.
You are like the best. You're saying all the things. You're so right. Disability has been perceived.
But that was the stereotype of 400, 200 years ago.
So the original traditional model has been medical, weak, damaged, charitable. Well, now the social model is taking over. It's not my disability. I'm registered blind. It's that society disables me. And that's changing. And business changes that through valuing people with disabilities and their families. When we value, we don't exclude. And when we value, we empower.